Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Dear viewers, let us now start the program with the main affairs of the day. Chittagong National Park has arrested 4 people with venison. A beekeeper is competing with the international market and has become a source of inspiration. Dolphin Feeds Production has entered into an agreement with FCM Company of China to operate the industry, and much more. Let us continue the program with the affairs in the vegetable market. In Nepal, many people are not well educated enough to understand the significance of the corona pandemic. People are going into the crowded areas without masks. This could be fatal for the country as the corona becomes more potent in the country each day. The markets are becoming hotspots for the coronavirus as the daily requirements have to be fulfilled. People go to Kalimati market to get low-priced vegetables and fruits. The free fall of the economy and the fear of the disease has left the mankind all over the world very weak. In Nepal, it is no different. In Kalimati vegetable market of Kathmandu, the traders and consumers both have not been following even the minimum criteria to contain the coronavirus. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. In the Kalimati vegetable market of Kathmandu, the traders and consumers both have not been following even the minimum criteria to contain the coronavirus. They have not even followed the general criteria, so there is more danger of spread of the virus in Kathmandu. Failure to follow even the simplest criteria has increased the risk. The risk of coronavirus is further increased when traders and buyers generally do not maintain distance and do not even wear masks. Though coronavirus has been found in vegetable traders of Kalimati, no precaution has been taken. Crowds have increased in the Kalimati vegetable and fruit markets after consumers started going to Kalimati, saying that vegetables and fruits are cheaper than the nearest market. Even at the time of the pandemic, traders and consumers have not shown much caution. With the number of virus cases increasing day by day in Kathmandu Valley and even more in the Kathmandu district, it seems that corona will take a frightening shape if even the general standards are not followed in the crowded areas. After the news report, let us now talk about the affairs of the hunt. That's right, Nepalese are also fond of venison. Even though Nepali government has allowed deer to be commercially kept and bred, the people still do not have easy access to deer meat. It is found that the people are stealing the deer in the forest to have a little taste of the hunt. It is illegal to kill the deer from the Chittagong National Park. The indigenous people who have been living there sometimes are found to be breaking the law. We should all realize that law is there for the protection of the nature, without which we cannot exist. Chittagong National Park has arrested 4 people with venison. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Chittagong National Park has arrested 4 people with venison. The Nepal Army and Patrol Team arrested them from Rapti Municipality 6. According to the park, the arrested are Peggy Chaudhary, 35, Sajan Chaudhary, 19, Sumitra Chaudhary, 30, and a minor. They have arrested on the charge of trapping deer in Ekta Community Forest. A team including police went to the spot and recovered the meat of the deer and a trap used to catch the deer. 12 kg of meat has been recovered from the spot, 5 kg of meat from Peggy Chaudhary's paddy field and 1 kg from Sumitra Chaudhary's field. Those arrested are being investigated. If convicted, the fine of 20,000 to 50,000 will be charged, or imprisonment for 6 months to 1 year will be announced, or both of the charges will be fined. After the news report, let us now talk about the success in agriculture. Agriculture in Nepal has been primitive for a long time. Even when the world developed various machines to cultivate the land with ease and sophistication, the Nepali land with steep slopes remained primitively cultivated. Primitive cultivation is labor intensive. Of course, the hard work in the hard land is not as romantic as the way the outside world sees the mountain life. The food that is produced in the mountains of Nepal is very little. This had left many Nepalese frustrated. As the world opened to Nepal, Nepalese started to go for foreign employment. However, with recent changes in the development in the agriculture scenario, many are returning to agriculture. Ananda Adhikari of Kalyan 8 Kadari Senja, who has returned from foreign employment of 8 years, is now spending his daily life in agriculture. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Ananda Adhikari of Kalyan 8 Kadari Senja, who has returned from foreign employment of 8 years, is now spending his daily life in agriculture. This is Ananda Adhikari of Kalyan Municipality 8 Kadari Senja. After spending 8 years in Malaysia in the field of foreign employment, he started working 2 years ago with the determination that he should do something at home and returned to Nepal. At present, tomatoes, chilies, eggplants, gourds, and goat rearing have come to the fore. Adhikari's agribusiness is now becoming very effective, Adhikari said.
अहिले हाल आएर नेपालमा लकडाउन कोरोनाको कारणले गर्दा विदेश पलायन भएका व्यक्तिहरू पनि दाजुभाइहरू विदेशबाट पलायन भएर आउनु भएको छ। उहाँहरुका लागि पनि केही गर्छु भन्नेहरुका लागि हाम्रो स्थानीय सरकार, प्रदेश सरकार र राष्ट्रिय सरकारले पनि सहयोग गर्यो भने के राम्रो हुने थियो र हामी जस्ता किसान दाजुभाइहरूलाई केही गर्छु भनेर विदेश फर्केर आउनेहरुका लागि सरकारले हामीलाई ब्रिडिङको लागि बोकाहरू र उन्नत जातका बोकाहरू र घाँस काट्ने चापट मेसिनहरू र उत्कृष्ट तालिमहरू दियो भने हामी जस्ता कृषकहरूले पहिलेदेखि गरेको व्यवसाय मात्र नभएर हामीले कति केही छुट्टै तरिकाबाट गर्न सक्यौं भने अझै हाम्रो व्यवसायहरू फस्टाएर हामीहरू केही सक्षम बन्न सक्छौं.
Adhikari, who sold vegetable worth 120,000 last year, has been able to get 30,000 grant from the municipality through youth self-employment. He has started one mill which has made the lives of the people better. Before, these people had to walk for hours to have their rice husked and wheat floured. Due to the large number of people in the hilly mills, Adhikari is satisfied with the business and also urged everyone in the village to engage in agriculture activities. He has succeeded in becoming an exemplary person who says that if you work in your own country with hard work and sweat, you will be rewarded with gold. After the news report, let us now talk about the food bank for journalists. Journalists have been given leave from work in many cases. This has left many journalists unable to support their daily life. With a view to help the journalists who are economically suffering, a campaign has been launched. This campaign is providing food to the media workers. The campaign has been organized by journalists themselves. This is showing that we care for each other. This is what is required to beat the war against poverty and disease. When we human race put our mind together, we can win all wars against the evil with God on our side. Food bank movement has been initiated by Nepal Press Union Sunsari for journalists. Let us now look at this news report for a little. Food bank movement has been initiated in Nepal Press Union Sunsari for journalists. Right now, a lot of the journalists are suffering from financial deficiency due to the corona pandemic. In the food bank movement, one journalist is helping another journalist. During the corona pandemic, the district branch of the Nepal Press Union launched a food bank campaign to help the journalists. During this period, the journalists have been expelled from various media outlets and some have been forced to leave. Some media houses have cut their salaries and allowances and some have not paid regular salaries, while other media houses are closed down. The corona pandemic has left everyone in difficulty, but journalists working on the front line are the most affected. In the dire situation of the corona pandemic, it is becoming difficult for journalists to cover even the household expenses. We have started a food bank to provide some relief to the families who are running their household through journalism, said Pavan Adhikari, president of the Press Union Sunsari. He says that we are helping the journalists of Sunsari who have been forced to quit their jobs and have not been paid on time due to the corona pandemic through the food bank.
विभिन्न समयमा सञ्चार माध्यमहरूले कतिलाई बेतलब विधा दिएको छ, कतिलाई तलब दिएको छैन, कतिले आफ्नो सञ्चारका माध्यम नै बन्द गरिसकेको अवस्थामा ल म दिन सक्दिन भनेर हात उठाइरहेको अवस्थामा हामीले थोरै भए पनि उहाँहरुको पत्रकारको जुन एउटा घाउमा मलम लाउनको लागि चाहिँ यो फुड ब्याङ्क आयोजना गरेको हो। यो एक पत्रकारले अर्को पत्रकारलाई सहयोग गर्ने, यसमा कुनै पनि व्यापारीहरूले सहयोग गर्दैन। यस्तो श्रमजीवी वर्ग जुन बिहान तपाईँको काम गर्छ अथवा महिना दिनसम्म समाचार लेखेर उसले महिना दिनभरि तलब पाउने अवस्था थियो हिजोको दिनमा भने आज त्यो पनि मरिरहेको अवस्था छ। तलब नपाइरहेको अवस्थामा हाम्रा साथीहरू समस्यामा परेका छन् भन्ने उद्देश्यले हामीले यो फुड ब्याङ्क आयोजना गरेका छौँ।
He also donated a set of computers to Press Union Sunsari on the occasion of his birthday. Krishna Adhikari, coordinator of Food Bank, says that the campaign to help one journalist to another is alleviating starvation.
कर्मी साथीहरु चाहिँ अहिले अप्ठ्यारो परिस्थितिमा काम गर्नु परेको छ। संस्थाहरू बन्द भएका छन्, काम बन्द भएको छ, तलब बन्द भएको छ। यो अवस्थामा हामीले एउटा उदाहरणीय काम के पनि गरेका हो भने सञ्चारकर्मी साथीहरु नै पत्रकारहरू नै पत्रकारलाई हित गर्नको लागि सक्षम छन् र जोसँग सम्भावना छ उसँग लिने हो, जो अप्ठ्यारो परेको छ उसले उपभोग गर्ने हो। त्यो खालको यो प्रोग्राम चलाएको हामीले।
The food bank, established for the first time in Nepal, has been providing assistance to traveled journalists. Our team, including Press Union President Pawan Adhikari, has taken food to doorsteps of the journalists. So far, more than 4 dozen journalists from Sunsari have taken the service. After the news report, let us now take a small commercial break. Stay with Krishi Television. After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now talk about the affairs in Bangi. In Nepal, the feed industry is not very well developed. Recently, there has been establishment of feed industries in different parts of the country. With this trend, there has been establishment of dolphin feed production. The next report is about this feed industry. If the feed industry develops in Nepal, the import cost will go down. This will be a lot of support for the Nepali economy. The youths who go to foreign countries for work will be finding work here in Nepal. Dolphin feed production has entered into an agreement with FCM company of China to operate the industry. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Dolphin feeds production has entered into an agreement with FCM company of China to operate the industry. After the agreement, the process of importing machinery started through Kolkata port of India. However, there is a problem in the operation of the industry as the customs process itself is cumbersome. For the past decade and a half, dolphin food production has been commercializing and marketing agriculture products. The industry is being set up in Kohalpur Municipality 7, Lakhanwar, with the idea of economic development, employment for the unemployed, and easy access to agriculture products. At the same time, it is for easy production of grains for the poultry sector. According to the customs regulations, only 1 to 5% tax can be levied on agriculture products. The Nepal Ganj Customs Office has levied 1% tax on the main machine and 1 to 5% tax on its parts. Not only that, it has kept a bill of 1,49,28,920 rupees to make sure that it is dolphin food.
हामीले जुन सहुलियत दरमा दाना उद्योगको मसिनरीहरू भन्सार पास गराउन पाउनु पर्ने हो त्यो सुविधा त हामीले पाएनौं। त्यो सुविधा नपाइसकेपछि हामीले जुन अहिले त्यो धरोडी तिरेका छौं 1.5 करोड रुपैयाँ, अब त्यो धरोडी चाहिँ हामीले फिर्ता पाउने या नपाउने भन्ने कुरा पनि अन्यलमा छ। अब अहिले यता नेपालगञ्ज भन्सार कार्यालयमा बुझ्दाखेरि उहाँहरूले हाम्रो फाइल चाहिँ रेडी गरेर काठमाडौँ भन्सार विभागमा पठाउनु भएको छ। अब भन्सार विभागले हाम्रो यो फाइलमा चाहिँ उहाँहरूले चाहिँ काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ, एक्सर्साइज गरिराख्नु भएको छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ बुझ्नुमा आएको छ। तर अब उहाँहरूले चाहिँ अब हामीले तिरेको धरोडी फिर्ता गर्नको लागि निर्णय गर्नुहुन्छ या फिर्ता नगर्ने निर्णय गर्नुहुन्छ या के गर्नुहुन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ अन्यलमा छ।
Meanwhile, Santiram Nirola, chief of the Customs Office, said that only 1% tax will be levied on the main machinery, while customs duty on agriculture machinery will be levied on other general machines.
यसमा त आर्थिक ऐनले तोकेको हुन्छ हैन, केमा छोड्दिने केमा कति पर्सेन्ट लाग्ने भन्ने कुरा उसले ल्याएको सामान अनुसार हुने चिज हो। कुनैमा अब 1% लाग्छ, कुनैमा मेसिनरीहरुमा 5% लाग्छ। पार्ट्स बुझाहरू ल्यायो भने अरू मेसिनरीहरूको स्ट्रक्चरहरू हुन्छ जुन जस्ताहरूतिरमा चाहिँ छुट पाइँदैन जुन शीर्षकबाट जाने हो त्यही शीर्षकबाट घोषणा गरेर लानुपर्छ।
There has been a problem in the operation of the industry as the customs process itself is cumbersome for the import of agriculture machinery. After the news report, let us now talk about the affairs of beekeeping. With the lockdown in the country, the agricultural products have been rotting in the fields. The honey produced is also not getting the market that it should. Nepali honey is being processed and is being exported into foreign countries. This is quite a good news. When I interviewed a bee specialist a few months ago, he said that many beekeepers were depressed and some even suicide due to lack of motivation. This was apparently because the beekeepers were unable to make a living through honey production. Revati Timilsena, a beekeeper from Morang, Sundarharancha, is competing with the international market and has become a source of inspiration along with good income. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Revati Timilsena, a beekeeper from Morang, Sundarharancha, is competing with the international market and has become a source of inspiration along with good income. At present, they supply more than 15 quintals of honey to the market annually. There are reports of problems in the sale and distribution of vegetables, fruits, and other agricultural products produced by farmers. It has even deteriorated in the fields of some farmers. But a farmer from Morang Sundarharancha has started competing with the international market. Revati Timilsena of Sundarharancha has started to reach the international market. Timilsena, who started his career from 2 hives of bees in 2062 BS, said that he has set up processing center by himself and started trading honey in some neighboring markets including Nepal. He said that the establishment of the processing center with the help of the state government has helped in consuming honey in the international market. He said that it has not been possible to market honey in many countries due to the lockdown. He said that the bees kept by him died, which caused more loss than the marketing. He said that he had to bear loss as he could not go to take care of the honey in the pasture.
हामी ल्याबमा जाने प्रमाणपत्र लिने त्यति मात्र हैन अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय बजारका लागि पूर्वाधार तयार गर्ने काम भएको छ र यो प्रशोधन मेसिन राखिसकेपछि लगभग यो वर्ष मैले 2 टन महको बजारीकरण गरे जसमा मेरो आफ्नो मह पनि मेरो थोरै थियो वर्ष उत्पादन अलि बिग्रियो करिब 10 टन के अरे 1 टन जति मेरो मह थियो र साथै अरु साथीभाइबाट लिएर अरु 1 टन भन्दा बढी महको चाहिँ प्रशोधन गरी बजारीकरण गरिसकिया छ जसले गर्दा अब हामीलाई के ढुक्क भएको छ भने हामी अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय बजारमा समेत हाम्रो मापदण्डलाई सो गरेर अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय बजारमा समेत महलाई पठाउन सक्छौं राष्ट्रिय बजारको त छँदैन छ र यसरी हामी चाहिँ महको बजारीकरण गर्न सक्ने चाहिँ
He said that not only the honey produced by him, but also the honey produced by other beekeepers is processed and brought to the market. He said that more than 15 quintals of honey has been brought to the market this year alone. After leaving the job of social worker in then the District Development Committee, Timilsena started beekeeping business. Timilsena's family is engaged in commercial farming. His 2 nephews are agriculture engineers while his brother cultivates mushrooms. Timilsena has been leading not only beekeeping but also mushroom farming.
अब मैले के प्लान गरे हो भने अब म च्याउ खेतीलाई विस्तार गरिरहेको छु र जसले गर्दा अहिले हाम्रो बर्खा मौरी घरमा आछ च्याउमा त्यत्रो मौरीमा त्यत्रो ठुलो चाहिँ जानुपर्ने अवस्था छैन र अहिले मैले चाहिँ अब च्याउ सुरु गरे हो यो किन गरे हो भने अब कम से कम 4-5 जना मान्छेलाई काम दिन्छु जसले गर्दा यदि मौरीमा काम कम भयो च्याउको समय प्रयोग गर्न सकिन्छ च्याउको समयलाई मौरीमा लगाउन सकिन्छ भन्नाले एकातिर काम अभाव भएन अर्कातिर दिन सकिन्छ मेरो योजना चाहिँ अब आउने वर्षदेखि कम से कम 5-7 जना युवाहरूलाई चाहिँ रोजगारी दिने गरीको म योजना बनाइरहेको छु.
Timilsena, who has been working from community school teacher to social worker, has started commercial farming after seeing no future. He also said that beekeeping is a good source of income. The honey produced by him is being sold at 700 to 800 rupees per kg in the market. The Timilsena family has become a source of example for young people going abroad for work. After the news report on beekeeping, let us now talk about apples. Nepali apples are really delicious. The farmers say that apples are organic. The mountains are not productive to food grains, so the apples have become the main source of income for the people there. Like in years before, the problem is the transportation. This year, due to lockdown and broken roads, there's extra problem. Let us see what will happen in few weeks. For now, the farmers are worried. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Here it has been a problem to take the apples into the market. Landslides and broken roads in some parts of the roads have caused problems in getting the apples to the market on time. This year, floods and landslides have destroyed roads and corona pandemic has caused ban in air transportation. These reasons are causing problems in the marketing of apples this year. Mustang's apple is sold in the market during the festival. Farmers have been producing at least 5,500 metric tons of apples every year. In terms of production, 50 to 70 crore worth apples are exported from Mustang every year. After the news report, let us now talk about the fertilizer. In Nepal, many commercial rice cultivators argue that it is not possible to grow rice for everyone without urea. As the population grows towards 8 billion, the food-growing land is shrinking into urban areas. The forests are decreasing as well. What is the solution to this problem? Many farmers go for chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers leave the land acidic and deteriorated. Nepal is open to suggestions. The mountains are too hard for anything but apples. As I understand, the living condition there is such that even boiling water is difficult. The government of Nepal should think fast to solve these problems. Farmers of Parsa have been forced to buy chemical fertilizers from private traders at high prices due to lack of government subsidy. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Farmers of Parsa have been forced to buy chemical fertilizer from private traders at exorbitant prices due to lack of government subsidy. Farmers have been forced to buy urea fertilizer from private traders at high prices for the past 3 months due to shortage of urea fertilizer at the state-owned Agriculture Material Company Limited state office in Birganj. Farmers of Parsa have been affected due to non-recipient of urea fertilizer on time. Farmers are in dire strait due to non-availability of essential chemical fertilizer for planting crops. This year, as every year, there is a growing concern that farmers will not be able to get the amount of production they desire due to lack of fertilizer on time. When urea fertilizer is not applied during paddy weeding, the production is reduced. The news is that the farmers of the district did not get urea fertilizer this year as well. Farmers have been facing the problem of fertilizer as the Agriculture Material Company Limited and Salt Trading have not been able to bring fertilizer on time. As there is no fertilizer in Nepal, some farmers are forced to import urea fertilizer from India at high prices. They say that they have to pay 1,800 to 2,000 rupees for urea fertilizer, which is actually 700 rupees.
टाइममा हामीलाई जस्तै अब बिउ भयो मल खाद भयो त्यो टाइममा भेटेन भने त हामीले टाइममा खेती गर्न भ्याउँदैन टाइममा फेरि खेती गरेन भने त्यो अब खेतीको टाइम पनि त अगाडि पछाडी हुन सक्दैन अब त्यस्तै मैले सुनिरहेको छु अब जस्तै हामीले खेती त गर्यौं हैन र हामीले अब जस्तै अब समयमा अब धानमा हामीले मल खाद छर्नु पर्यो समयमा मल खाद पाएन त्यसपछि हामीले अब जसरी तसरी गरेर पनि अब इन्डियाबाट कहीं यतातिर आइरा थियो मल खादहरु अब जस्तै हामीले अब 700 800 1000 रुपैयाँ पर्ने मल खाद हामीले दोबरमा किनेर अब मजबुरीमा खेतमा छर्नु पर्यो.
Disease has started appearing in paddy due to failure to apply fertilizer on time. The paddy has turned yellow due to lack of manure.
सरकारले भन्छ कि हाम्रो देश नेपाल कृषि प्रधान देश हो तर मात्र बुकमा लेखेर अनि भनेर हुँदैन कृषि प्रधान देश हो भनेर खाद समयमा उपलब्ध पनि गराउनु पर्यो र सरकारले खाद पनि समयमा उपलब्ध गराउनु पर्यो किनभने आज किसानहरू यति माडमा यति पीडामा गएका छन् कि चाहिँ समयमा धान अब यो धान हुने कुनै किसिमको छदै छैन यो धान हुनेवाला छैन किनकि विभिन्न किसिमका रोगहरू धानमा समातिसकेका छन् धान रोगले चाहिँ ग्रसित भएका छन् धान हुने सम्भावना छैन.
The responsible bodies that could not provide fertilizer to the farmers at the time of need now say that fertilizer is coming. Salt Trading Birganj said that fertilizer has started coming from India, stating that urea and DAP fertilizer has reached the dry port in Birganj by train from India. They said that chemical fertilizer will be made available to the farmers through agriculture cooperatives after loading from there. According to Saw Trading Birganj, 50,000 bags of manure have been unloaded at the dry port. After the news report, let us now talk about corona in the remote state of Nepal. The remote states of Nepal are backward. One such state is Karnali. Karnali has many mountain districts. These districts are not very productive. The life there is very difficult, as even boiling water is difficult there during winter. There's no food security there, as very few crops grow, just a little bit. Some of the districts do not have proper road connections. So if someone is suffering from a disease, they're unable to get help. This next report is on the corona condition in Karnali state. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Karnali state falls among the remote and backward states of Nepal. Among the 10 districts of this state, Simkot of Jumla is still not accessible by road. If any disease takes the form of a pandemic in such remote districts, it will be a big challenge to control it. Therefore, it is necessary to be alert and vigilant to avoid pandemic like corona. While COVID-19 is taking the form of a pandemic, the number of infected people in the state is increasing day by day. By the time this material is ready, the number of infected people in Karnali has reached 2,586. Of them, 445 are still undergoing treatment at various hospitals. 4 people have been killed in Karnali so far due to the incident. 21 people are being treated in home isolation. Of the total number of infected in the 10 districts of Karnali, Central Humla, Dolpa and Mugu is 0. However, 105 corona infected were found in Jumla, 45 in Jajarkot, 32 in Rukum, 44 in Kalikot, 51 in Dailek, 71 in Surkhet, and 97 in Salyan district. As the rate of infection is increasing day by day, a ban is being issued in Karnali. If symptoms of COVID-19 appear, anyone who calls hotline number 1133 will be given treatment immediately. This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Boston. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. Chitwan National Park has arrested 4 people with venison. A beekeeper is competing with the international market and has become a source of inspiration. Dolphin Feeds Production has entered into an agreement with FCM Company of China to operate the industry. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basu. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan, Samriddha Krishi, Nepal Kushan.